What? Welcome to week 9, the final week of the SA Ultimate Super League. We have the West Beach Titans versus the East Adelaide Force on defence at the moment. You're joining us midpoint as West Beach move the disc up the field into their aggressive end zone at the moment. Looks like a pretty hard match, and West Beach punch it in. I'm joined by Sang on the mic, the TD of the tournament. How you doing, Sang?
I'm good. I've been waiting for this moment for
Week 9, you finally fought your way onto the mic. No, it's good to have you here. I think it was a Johnny to Wilson goal at that point. So this is might be the most important game of the season, I would say.
Yeah, probably.
Except for all the games we've played.
Oh,
We are obviously...
We don't talk about those,
Well, last week was the most important game of the season, and then we romped our way into the grand final. So now this this game is to decide who has the pleasure of losing to us next week. We'll come in a second. Who, if you have a favourite, like who do you want to see win this game?
Well, I'm just gonna put it this way. Blue is my favorite color.
Blue is your favourite. Okay,
So
it's a good.
I'm just gonna go by that.
I gotta say, I don't think I've ever watched a game where I want both teams to lose more. I don't want to see. I would hate to see Paulet win another league. He's been bragging about since he came to Adelaide that he hasn't lost a league here, which can't stand that. And Wilson's won the last 2 Super Leagues in a row. Can't stand that.
Yep.
So I would like to see them both just lose horribly.
Yeah. Just let the underdogs win.
Yeah. So that was a nice little hold by West Beach. No turnovers, lots of throws.
Yep.
But I think that's going to be indicative of the game we see tonight. Like, everyone really wants it on D. Nobody really wants to make that like mistake on offense either.
Definitely.
That's a nice pull from Johnny. Joe with this, marked by the greatest 10th round pick in Super League history. Sean.
To Joseph again.
Here's where the big throw is going to come from.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised he looked off there. He must have started talking to.
Drop
I think that might have been thrown straight into the ground, to be honest.
Good effort by Paulet to try to really.
Yeah, God, just not the throw from Joe. Just a little bit busted at the start of the game.
I would say uncharacteristic.
Would you?
Someone like Joseph.
Yeah, he does have that underthrow quite nicely. Maybe it's a bit too cash.
Coming in on Tim Davis here, marked by Will. To Anna.
Anna was going to look for that dump really early. Somebody needs to be ready for it. There we go. Lovely by Marty. Nice little like up the line feel. Classic handler stat.
If there's one thing you know about Blue or West Beach Titans, it's they're a team of utilities.
Yeah.
They look to swing all the time.
Probably zero throwers, I would say. Connor and Honga throwers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We don't tell them that.
No. I hope they don't watch. If they win, they're definitely watching.
Oh,
that's the break.
That's a break. Yeah. Is that gonna be the vibe of the whole game? Because East Adelaide Force does seem a bit slow to start today.
I would say this is the classic like matchup of the team of champions versus the champion teams. So I'm pretty sure West Beach is the champion team, and Force is the team of champions.
They do have their solid
like
call
the
line.
top 4 is outrageous.
It is ridiculous.
And they need the second half to step up and get them across the line.
Yeah, definitely.
It's hard to cut when you have somebody like Paulet cutting you off, screaming for the disc though.
It is.
It's hard to get some team chemistry. Whereas, West Beach, I feel like they're just all about team chemistry. And when it's on, it's on.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like Force are a very slow starting team most weeks. Mostly go down a couple of points and then have to fight it back in the kind of second half of the first half. And
They are quite a momentum-based team as well. So
Yeah.
Once they start pulling a few big grabs, they are the team that gets fired up.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're on that team, you don't get fired up. Palais will scream at you until you do.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
That's Paule's.
Oof, nice aggressive catch by Alice. Great little move as well. And
Oh.
perfectly touched throw.
Two receivers. Your two best receivers downfield.
Great point by Alice. I think she just ran absolute rings around Vish then.
She definitely did.
I think that first little throw from Ben to Alice as well, that was definitely a chemistry throw.
He knows where exactly she
yeah.
wants to be.
That comes from a lot of playing together. And then to attack the line after she saw Vish was a little bit flat-footed off her initial throw. Yeah, lots of experience there.
It's a repeating cycle. It's alright.
So now we got Force holding their first ball point.
Yeah, we get to see their defense again, which I liked the defense in the first point. I don't know how early the camera came into it, but they played a full field of tough defense.
Yep.
Didn't get the D, but saw a lot of throws, or forced a lot of throws. I think that just that match again, it looked like they match up pretty well across the board against this blue team. Maybe Wilson's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, he does have his moments of feel like the need to do something for the team, and that's when you can see the mistakes come from the team.
I don't know. Who do you want to see on Wilson? I'd call him the most swingy offensive player on their team.
Yeah.
Either solo wins you the point or doesn't do a lot.
I mean, more often than not, just put someone like Murray or.
I was thinking Murray as well. I like Murray as that like kind of attack terrier defensive player.
He does have his big moments as well, so maybe that's all they need to get across the line tonight, where Murray pulls two massive one over Wilson.
Connor
just couldn't dump it, just sad.
Just kind of overestimating his abilities then, like that.
It's too casual.
You can see what he wanted to throw, but
yeah, that's just his lazy throw for him.
That was going to be a hard throw all day of the week. It was like a off-balance, high-release flick turn. I don't know. This gives a nice short field to the Force though, to level it up.
Oh, chance.
Jin has not managed to
Lucky
tell
on
it in.
doorstep.
He's going to want to throw the goal though, but he's going to need to dump.
Harley's going to scream at him.
Yeah, that was the correct call. Nice little swing to Sean. Back to Ben.
Seems like Black is really controlling with their handler movements here. Oh, Alice just couldn't grab it. Was put into the right spot, but
yeah, that's a tough throw though. Like
scuba break.
It's those upside down throws are really hard to throw to somebody on the run, just because they're gonna go above their player, like the head of their player, until it comes down. So you kind of really need to pinpoint it.
And Sam puts it up. D by
Sean, I think, who just copped it in the face. Oh, Joe's going to... great grab by Connor. I think he felt the elephant footsteps of Joe coming towards him.
Somehow ends up Blues retaining.
Yeah, nice snag by Anna.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah. It's 3-1 to Titans, but I feel like it's a very even game.
Yeah. Could still be anybody's game.
Yeah, great work by Anna, standing her ground to pick up the scraps on that throw. It's early in the game, but I see a lot of tired bodies.
I think it's a combination of a very still day where you don't lead with your throws, you lead with your cuts, and everyone on the team is working hard on defense.
Yeah, you don't get a lot from the wins on a day like today. You got to really earn those turns, unless Connor's got the disc, and then you might just get a couple of gifts every now and again.
Yeah, just make him throw to the dump.
Yeah, yeah. Just
More likely than not, he'll turn it over for you.
force a conventional dump throw.
Yeah.
That's the defensive play. And the air is wet as well, I would say. I feel like I'm dripping sweat just sitting here talking to you.
Yeah, just muggy. I'm like, I gotta keep moving.
It's been so muggy for the last like bloody week. It's been awful.
That's okay though.
Judy's been really quiet this game. Greg.
Yeah.
See, he caught that goal, which could have been caught by anyone. That's not a Greg special, I would say. Oh no.
Maybe it's a combination of Blue knowing exactly how terrifying Greg can be. And
Who's on him at the moment? Looks like Johnny's on him. Yeah. Good defender. Played against him for years, I'd say.
yeah. So Greg pierces it into Sean.
Sean's going to have to lay.
He just stopped. There was no comms to him. He didn't know where it was going.
Yeah. I feel like last week, I think I saw the first layout Sean's done in 16 years against us.
And, well, I have to say, I was on that field at the time. That was impressive.
It was. He did kind of like a corkscrew like layout, which is definitely interesting. Definitely looked like he hadn't done it very much before.
Maybe we'll get to see another one today.
But yeah, Blue have been reluctant to give the disc up. Oh God, as Nick winds up a huge throw. They've been so calm.
It's like no mark on Marty and Tim Davis. Maybe that's what they want. Just Tim Davis having the disc.
Yeah, there's just not enough pressure right now.
Will is almost giving up every dump.
Yeah, it's this little poachy thing that the Force do, but I just don't think it's going to be good enough tonight. Oh gosh. Nice defense by Greg.
Sam Tonke.
Nice
That's the person you want to have.
Lovely.
And Johnny.
That's 4-1.
And Black calls a timeout.
Yeah, I feel like teams like us, the non-flyers, or Southside, we're gonna have times where if we have to throw 10, 20 passes a point, we're gonna get flustered and we're gonna get a turnover.
Yep.
Just a bit of experience, but I don't think anyone on this Blue team has less than like 5 years experience. Maybe Vish. I don't know when Vish started. I feel like he's been around for ages as well.
Well, fun fact, Vish went to America for a year.
He came back looking like an Ultimate player
I
as
know.
well.
So, according to, statistics, 1 year in America is like 3 years in Australia.
I 100% agree with that statement. So I think they've just got too much experience with this poachy
I know.
defense. I think they're just going to knock it round and...
Maybe they have to, revisit their structure and see what defense they can put on to this Blue team before they finally crack.
I think the defense they have to put on is just better defense. It just needs to be like... If you're a defender and you have a player and you never let that player get the disc, then you've done your job. And if you have 7 players that don't let their player get the disc, you've got a turnover.
That's fair.
That needs to be. I think that just needs to be the defense.
You make it sound so simple, Sam, but not everyone's as good as a defender as you. Like,
yeah,
some people
well,
just can't.
I'd say that's what I'm known for. But I feel like before the game, I think Blue has been here for 2 hours warming up, like doing the full Tom Morrill warm-up routine, like everything. I think it's a real contrast between a team that really cares a lot and then a captain who pretends he doesn't care a lot. I feel like Pele, he's walking around, he just puts his cleats on the last minute, but he wants to win so bad. Like, he's embarrassed by how much he wants to win. That's why he can't let it show.
Playing the cool guy card.
Yeah.
Can't let
I feel like I can't fit him in most starts of the league.
Maybe he sees the impending doom of his first
His first lost league
in his Adelaide career. And then just
Pull from Connor. Not too bad.
Not too
A little bit
bad.
low and
I
high,
like-
but nice and deep.
I like that. That's a wheel. So with Force, they've been running this wheel and Jin centering to Joe lineup.
I like
And then
that.
having their fast players down the line. That's a pretty good start. Oh, and a hand block by Anna into Johnny D.
Yeah.
Home with a nice floating backhand break.
Wilson just calm and collected.
Yeah. Taking a page out of his handbook, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, and Anna smoking past
Anna's
Alice.
so good, man. Anna's so good. It's really, like on defense, she's such a pest. Like,
Yep.
she's always there. Offense, she just runs so hard, and then she was. I doubt she's thrown a turnover this league. I can't see it. But she gets a fair bit of discs. She gets Ds. She gets goals. Like, yeah,
She's a
you can't
very
poach
valuable-
off her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's killing it this league.
Agreed. Like you always have to put someone decently fast on her as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she just goes away and blasts through whoever's trying to take her.
For sure. Yeah, I guess like you look at the like you're saying, the Will and Jin sent it to Joe. Like when Sean or Joe's off, they don't really have that second established handler
Yeah,
to
exactly.
run the show. So I don't mind the like just pick a couple of people to center it to them and just say you're the main handler and we'll get out your way.
I think that's the problem, right? Like they've got really fast receivers, but
Mm.
aside from Joseph, who's throwing the disc?
Yeah.
I guess you can put Sean Lay's back.
Sean is definitely a thrower. It's maybe a little bit conservative.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like, I'm sure he's had very few throwaways for the league.
Yeah, but again, against teams like West Beach Titans and like us last week, Northern Flyers last week, they seem to do a lot better when they try to put this
I
up
think so as
into
well.
their
Yeah.
receivers, where they back their receiver, put it behind the shoulder, and then just let Murray or Greg just take it.
Yeah. If I was an opposition team and I had to like mark Powley or Greg, I'd want Powley or Greg to mark them. But they're on the same team, so
Exactly.
yeah, it makes it tough. It's a zone from West Beach, which
And a drop by Powley.
didn't earn the D, but I feel like zone has been like the scourge of this league. I feel like every team's run it. It's not been good from any team. Like these are just Super League is about having pickup teams that have to play a league together. Like we don't train, we don't practice a zone.
Yep.
There's often very little chemistry between the
Yeah.
players.
Yeah, fair.
I feel like it just. Yeah, and that's the sort of win there is tonight.
Yeah.
None.
Oh. That's the
Johnny forehand has often been the weakest part of his game. Kevin needs to come under because he's got Marty on him. You don't want Marty in the end zone. Yeah, he's just going to sit there. Just missing each other.
everyone's just throwing it away.
Yeah, you just got to missing each other on 10, 15 metre passes.
Is it a symptom of the early fatigue setting in? And Sam
I
Tonkin
hope not.
pulls one out for Tim.
Tim's going to have to toe some lines.
Just couldn't make it.
I feel like, how old is Tim? Tim's like 26 years old, but I feel like he plays like he's 40.
Well, yeah.
Just-
Well, it feels like that when you're in the scene for that long. Right?
yeah, he did start very young.
You tell me Sean is still 25, I don't believe you.
I feel like Sean plays like he's 25 though.
He speaks like he's 40 as well.
That's true. That's classic teacher speak though. Well, several turnovers from both teams, like several weak turnovers I would
Yeah.
say from both teams.
Well, I like that one from Sam Tonkin there.
Yeah.
It's a decent throw. Yeah. I think that's like the only big throw they've done today.
Yeah.
So maybe Black would, East Adelaide Force would do the same thing and try their luck.
Yeah, well, they need to get the disc into Sean's hands.
But where's Sean? Sean is just
I
running
think-
deep. That's not where he wants
He's
it.
gonna get it now,
Alice
though.
shoots it.
Sean
Sam
is-
Tonkin.
Sean is an underrated receiver.
He
Like,
is.
He's got good body
Well,
control.
I'm
He's got a
saying,
good jump as
He,
well.
he can do anything.
Yeah, that is
He's
true.
just a grinder. Put him anywhere on the field, he will grind his ass.
I would call it outrageous that Palais got him as the 5th pick of the draft. No, 6th pick of the draft.
Who's his 6th pick?
Ah,
What?
doesn't that make you sick?
The other captains are like sleeping.
Yeah.
They're just sleeping. Someone to watch out for. Then again, let's discuss real quick. Out of the top 4 this year, who do you think was the most valuable?
The top
We've got-
4.
We've got John Brill. We've got
John Brill hasn't shown up to any games. I feel like when he's shown up, he's been okay.
yeah.
There's been streaks where he's just taken control of an offensive point and like won the point for the team. But if you only show up to 2 games, you can't be considered the best of the top 4. So keep going through the list.
I think
Foley was second.
Foley, yeah, and then Wilson picked.
Wilson picked Johnny, which I feel like those are both.
Solid. Those are solid picks.
Yeah.
And then Harley picked Greg.
Yeah. Like Greg I had as the top pick of the league. And originally I didn't even think it was close. Oh, Anna's so good.
It's like Max, Anna, who?
Oh, God, these little like niggly travel calls, they're just game ruining thing.
Again,
Don't like it.
is that a symptom of the lethargic setting in?
Yeah. Usually when I see it, it's to get in people's heads. Like, I see Marnie's a little bit flustered now. I feel like no advantage was gained by the half step he may have taken or the small radius he put on his turn. Stops the whole game, makes it a less enjoyable viewing experience, I'd say.
Definitely.
Anyway, in terms of impact of those top 4, I would say Foley. I am incredibly biased, but the guy just gets Ds. Like,
Yeah, I have to say.
he gets
yeah.
Ds, he throws, like, he cuts. What do you want?
And what more can you ask the man to do?
Yeah, I feel like he skied Johnny at one point.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah, I remember that happening.
So yeah, I think it's great. I think maybe the most impactful player of the top 4 wasn't even picked in the top 4, and that might be Sean Lace.
That's what I was getting at. Like, if you think about it, the
So-
second row.
As the number 1 draft pick, I think he would have been a great first pick for Wilson. Because you pick Johnny, and Johnny's a fine first round pick, but there's a lot of skill overlap between himself and Wilson.
Definitely. It's like a utility picking another.
I would say
Pure
Wilson was
utility.
very lucky that he got Connor and Hong.
Very low as well.
So low. And
Like, in another universe, Connor would have been picked much higher. And
Yeah.
look where they would be right now. They would be leg 2 handlers.
I feel like Connor has a little bit of a stigma around him, not unearned, but I feel like he's getting better. Like every year I see him, he's getting cooler.
Oh, Sean, Joe, and his cool little D, always in front of the end zone, very heads up.
Yeah, and that was lefty backhand, like gross. Don't throw that.
Unless you're Sam K on.
I'd never throw a lefty backhand thing. That's the one throw you'll never see me throw.
You need to push pass, right?
Do I throw
Joe
a push
Unleash
pass?
is finally finding his
Joe
target.
to Greg.
That's the
He
target
might
we
have thrown
wanna
it
see.
deep.
Greg just pulls it in.
We'll see what the
Is he
call
out?
is.
He's calling in.
He's happy with it.
Marty's.
Marty had, I would say,
Guess
zero
going for
perspective.
No one calls. Yep. So if no one. If
And
no one
we have
reviews-
no perspective either on the video. Greg's happy with it.
Yep.
I feel like Greg is not. He's not someone to call himself in if he's not in.
Yeah.
You take him at his word.
watching the replay.
From that nothing angle that we've got.
It's too hard
It's-
to tell.
yeah.
You won't be able to tell.
We're going to need a blind on the back of the field if we're going to make calls like that.
Maybe once we get more Super League funding.
Sprayed lines.
Straight lines.
I come out with a can of paint.
That's all the funding we need.
Do the walk along. We get a string and a can of paint.
Yeah.
3-5, so West Beach have clawed back a break.
I mean,
That's right.
East Adelaide Force.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Black team.
The Force.
Was that the first point straight out of the timeout?
No, that's the second one.
Second point?
So they-
God, it took so long.
Yeah.
Can't even remember.
Took them a while, but yeah, starting to equalize a little bit.
I feel like they need to get the next two. Otherwise,
You definitely want to keep the momentum on your side.
yeah, that's a good pull. Uncatchable, I would say, but nice and deep. Bit of a roll, bit of a fumble.
But really slow at getting down.
Yeah, maybe like just using that deep pull to save some legs, because they still put the D on just outside the end zone.
And Wilson throws it
To
to
the
Nick,
greatest round 10 pick.
and Pauli gets it, showing him why you're round 10 and I'm 10.
I would call that uncharacteristic. Maybe he's got a little bit flustered from Ben like barreling down on him. After what he did to Diggers last week, you never know what he's going to do. He might miss it completely, he might backpack you into the ground.
Yeah.
You never know.
Anyone's guess.
And then scream at you for calling the foul.
But isn't that why Frisbee is so exciting though? You never know what you get
Yeah.
from people like Pauli.
He's definitely the X factor. I feel like Nick's going to have to do a lot of work here on him.
Pauli had a taste and
Yeah, now
Seems
that they've
like-
gone down a couple of points. Ooh, almost a little poach from
Poach.
Sam.
Kevin
He's put it up.
just
Just
put in.
nose up.
Yeah.
Like, just a bad throw.
Could have taken a second there, like readjust for his cutter.
Yeah, I
And he's
feel
so close to the
Kevin
sideline.
made it a little bit hard by just showing him his back and sprinting down the sideline when he maybe should have stood still and just accepted the chest pass.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd expect better than that from Palais. I like the Connor Joe matchup. Some two guys that kind of started together.
Oh, Sam
Alexi-
blasting up the line.
Yeah, Hong
No
kind of
dice. With the safe throws by Wilson.
great.
Great swing. And Sam
Sam's
picking
magnificent.
it up.
Done.
and the inside to Johnny. Beautiful.
Oh my. Yep.
Oh, Sam saved that point
Yep.
there.
They're just more clinical. They're more clinical and they want it more on D. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
West Beach look the better team at the moment.
They do, but I have to say, they seem a little bit more rattled compared to the first few points. Seems like Black is really putting on the defensive pressure, and you can see some cracks through Blues offense now.
Yeah, I think, you can put on all the defensive pressure you want, but if you're not going to take advantage of your offensive points.
Exactly. So we gotta. It's time for Black to now like recognize that they are getting the turns.
I think we didn't do it at the start, but like a bit of a line check. I think the Titans have a full roster. I see 4 subs on the sideline, whereas the Force, I was going to say they're only missing 1.
Yeah.
They're missing Sid.
Comparable.
So yeah, I think there's no excuse there, I would say.
Ooh, it's already 7. I gotta
You're going to leave
bounce
me,
soon. Yeah.
You better find a replacement.
Yeah. I mean, I quite enjoy this. This has been quite.
It's good, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, it's nice. Just like chatting shit about players, talking about Ultimate. It's good.
It's perfect night for me. But yeah, I got a family obligations. It's Chinese New Year today. So
Oh, well, thank you for coming out. So.
Blue to Sean, centering to Joe. Seems like they've got their 2 main handlers
This
back.
is surely the power line for the Force.
when the handler marks have to really recognize this is where they want to have the handlers set the tone here.
Johnny is about 5 meters. Ooh.
Oh, and Greg has this.
Oh, this is going to be an absolute jump ball.
Greg seems to have the read though.
Oh!
Just couldn't hold on.
He just needed to close his hands.
Greg just forgot to close his hand.
I call that a win to Greg, but he just didn't catch it.
He
He got the jump, he had the read.
so early.
I feel like that was clean as well.
Yeah. Like Johnny had no play. He tried, but Greg had the space and the height. And
I would say Greg was maybe an inch or two above Johnny's hand then as well.
It was quite clearly, yeah.
Oh, I feel like he's going to regret that as well.
Starting the disc for Titans again.
Yep, I like Tim back handling if Hong or Connor's not on.
So, yeah, but one thing I've noticed is regardless of throws, Tim just loves his flat throws. He just pings it to anyone. Like it's good when it's your receiver's ready for it, but you know, sometimes you just need a little bit of touch that someone like Hong or Connor.
This is more like little niggly, like just travel calls.
Travel
I feel like it's just not affecting the play. Lift his foot a little bit, but like, what advantage did he get from it? Man, I don't like it, Sing. I don't like it.
Let's just say I don't call those.
No,
and I don't travel, so
and if you,
it's not my problem.
I never travel. That is true. I feel like if you watch the footage back, there's very few throws that don't have a little bit of travel in them.
Yep.
Like, see, Joe's lifting up both his feet now. Doesn't affect anything. Like, what's the point? Oh, nice little lay from Mo.
Really close.
Too far in front from Alice.
Well, that turn from Titans was from Anna to Dennis, who seemed to have underthrow it.
Anna to no one.
Yeah. And now overthrow by Joe.
No, overthrow by Alice actually. Overthrew Murray.
Yeah, to Murray. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I don't even know how they do it, but just somehow get that travel. I feel like they tried to get those niggly travels out by saying the travel is only a travel if it affects the throw. But like, what does that even mean?
Well, there's that change in rule, right? Like where you're allowed 2 extra steps to slow down.
Yeah, but again, like people run it.
Anna unclogs into Dennis again. Once again, missing Dennis. Maybe that's just the connection that's missing.
This is an uncharacteristic throw from Anna as well.
Yeah. Getting a bit flustered, maybe?
I think maybe a bit confident. I think they're up 6-3. Like maybe they feel like they can, like try a few things, and maybe it doesn't work. Maybe they find that extra gear though, and then Anna becomes that like kind of 40-meter leading pass thrower, and then she's like even more of a threat.
I guess so. Like if you're ahead in the game, why not try things?
Like, I feel like we'll travel just then, but it's like, didn't gain anything, so why call it? Yeah. Joe lifted his foot, uncalled.
That's okay. Those are the bits we don't talk about, we see all the time.
We talk about it when I'm on commentary saying incessantly.
And Will to Sean.
Will to Sean.
No one.
He's going to milk it in. Do you jump it in? Or maybe. I can't see from here.
Seems like they're happy.
Looks like everyone's happy to call it.
Very tough hold by East Adelaide Force here.
No, break by East Adelaide Force.
Is it 6-5-3?
Oh, is it 6?
Yeah, 6.
Okay.
6-4
oh,
now.
God, these points have been so long, so.
Yeah, it's really long. It's like
lots of turns.
You know what they say? Better them on the field than me.
Is that what they say all the time?
All the time.
I hear you say that constantly. That is true, actually. You're never on the field.
If there's one thing you know about me, I hate.
You love a sub.
Yeah.
You love a sub.
I love taking subs.
We're not even halfway through this game. I feel like everyone's been running for 150 minutes.
It does feel like it. Like.
I can help you open it.
Ugh, yeah, even having the whole call people back off the sideline to play the point. Who wants to play D though? Like idiots do.
Well, I mean, I'll
When you
play
have the
D.
choice, you'll play D. You love a something, you love a D point.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship with the game.
Weird.
Also, why I exclusively play on handles,
Yeah,
because
there's a lot less running.
a lot less running.
Yeah, I think we got to the phase of the game where nobody looks great on offense.
Definitely.
Might just be, like you said, tired bodies. But I feel like it doesn't look that hard out there. Like the wind is
Basically
non-existent.
nothing.
We're playing indoor at the moment.
Indoor with a bright light shining on you.
Yeah. And you're not afraid to lay out. Again, they let him get a few passes out of the end zone on the deep ball, but it does mean they're not coming down the field tired. Nice little up the line. I kind of called a traveller himself then, see him walk back a few steps. Is Marty burning to the end zone here? He is. Nah, Sean on him. I feel like that's.
Joe make it a bit hard for Connor. Good job. with
Good
the
dump set
dump.
from Titans.
And Marty.
Oh,
Always
good
low.
hold there. Great switch from Paole. That's good frisbee all around there. Like little things that just, yeah. Nice little dunk cut from Vish. Nice little swing to Hong. And they're away on the break side.
Every time. Once they get the swing off, they just like bing bang.
Poor Joe. He's managed to switch himself onto Wilson.
Maybe that's the plan. Hey, just
Couple of
let
little
Connor do
poaches
whatever he
around.
wants and hope for a turnover. Everyone stopped
Nice.
running, I think.
This looks easy. Oi!
Howling fades up the line with a hand block.
I think Marty sent Paole an email from last week saying he was going to throw that throw, so be ready. And
He was completely ready for it.
yeah. Oh yeah, he definitely knew about that ahead of time.
He got the memo, and I think
Yeah.
Joe just called the
Execute the
timeout
play.
there.
Yeah. And I understand why. It's been long points, lots of turns. It's pretty hot. Paole is coming up. I think he's pretty happy with himself. But we gave the credit to Marty for that D though. Now, what do you feel about?
I gotta take a call.
Alright, Seng's going to leave us for a couple of seconds, so we're going to have a chat about midpoint timeouts. I would say, in the vein of 80% of statistics are made up, 80% of on-field midpoint timeouts are inevitable turns. So I'd like to... We'll see how Force collect themselves after this, but yeah, I'm not
Wow.
too hopeful for their chances. I was just talking about midpoint timeouts.
Yes.
How do you feel about midpoint timeouts?
I for one don't call it.
Yeah.
I just, if I'm tired, you're tired.
Yeah.
So I just do what I need to do to get the point done.
Yeah,
But-
I feel like it just gives the defense time to like call a set or like make sure any switches have been like repaired and
Exactly.
everyone's on who they're supposed to be called on. Everyone like reminds themselves of what the force is and stands on the correct side. It's just, I feel like it's a bit more advantageous to the defensive team.
Definitely.
And like you said, you're both tired, you both get a rest.
Yeah.
So defense comes out more fresh as well.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. But I think I will have to leave now.
Have you got yourself a replacement? John's going to come and commentate with me.
John Perkins from the Northern Flyers will now
It's an
replace
all
me.
Flyers commentary box this game. An awkward handshake and a pass over the mic between Seng and John. Thank you, Seng. Go and enjoy Chinese New Year.
Hello.
How you doing, John?
Not so bad. Feeling fresh.
Feeling fresh? Feeling good?
Yeah.
Excited for our savage match in the late slot?
What are you talking about? This is good practice.
Thank God we're playing in the late slot. That's all I have to say.
That is true. If we're playing 6:30 Savage, I think I would say saying that we're going to call the COVID protocol.
Maybe we'll forfeit, yeah. I will be, very happy to say go to hell to this sun.
I tell you what, though, Blue just throwing a little bit.
They're looking great, aren't they?
They are looking very clean.
Oh, God.
But as I said, I reckon this is a long game. I reckon you won't actually see a winner until the final 10 minutes because
I
of
agree.
the way of everyone's a bit tired. And
even if there's 2 points in
easy.
it at the end, it's game on for young and old. I feel like the Force are looking much better out of that timeout. Called the midpoint timeout, and have obviously
They've picked out
had a
certain
chat.
things they want to work on.
Ooh, that's a bit of a dangerous throw, but it makes it to Joe.
Here we go.
And here comes the throw.
Oh,
Jin's going to have to make up some ground. I have zero perspective on whether that is in, but it looks like they're happy to give it to him. Bishop's happy, Wilson's happy.
Force gets some good morale going.
That's the break. Yep,
That's the
called the
break.
midpoint timeout, scored the
It was
goal.
worth. That means it was good timeout. It's either good timeouts or bad timeouts.
Genius, John, genius. I said it the whole time. I've been saying it since they called it. Genius.
I was saying before that if Joe's tired, then timeout's a fair call because you want Joe to be able to throw those without thinking too much.
Yeah, great job by Jin to read the fade on it and go chase it down. But 1 point ball game. I feel like it was up to 3 at one stage. So
5-6.
6-5.
6-5.
5-6.
5-6.
Yep.
Yep. Well, I'm glad everyone agrees.
The
Good.
traditional frisbee yell at each other to find out what the score is.
Just to make sure.
Yep,
Confirm.
exactly. Everyone tries to remember what side they started on. All right,
Well-
Seng and I have been talking a lot about how Force is a momentum team. They often go down a couple of points at the start of the game and then claw it back to make it a pretty tight
That sounds like a
first
very
half.
Ben Powley team.
Yeah, exactly.
If they get up too much, they'll still go down, but if they down, they'll go up. It's
Yeah.
just interesting.
And that,
Yep.
I feel like that's a product of him thinking that he doesn't care, and then when he realizes he's 3 points down, he's like, oh shit, I actually care a lot.
Yeah, so he goes from trying
Yeah.
about 50% to then trying about 80%.
Yeah. And then when it's 12-11 and he's down a point, he's
He'll
going to be
go
trying
110%.
500%, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Although, I think West Beach Titans are a similar type team. I really like once they get momentum going, they're also really hard to stop. I think in the first 2 games, or 3 games we've played against them, that's what's happened a lot. I feel like they just need 1 or 2 points and then they're really hard to keep with.
Yeah. And I feel like they don't get flustered like maybe we do, or the Force do, or Southside. Like there's
Oh, beautiful. Look at that Kong cut there.
Hong just shatters some ankles. Oh, he's got to look at Tim here. Marty,
Sean just like went too early.
Yeah, you're not stopping Marty when he's got the sit like that.
Johnny!
He's rooted him. It was right behind a player on the sideline.
It was
so I
Greg.
saw nothing.
This Greg and Johnny matchup has been really entertaining to watch.
Yeah. I feel like it's a matchup that you'd think would be like the classic SA Ultimate matchup. But like when they played Outbreak together, they were basically both on the O-line. So even at trainings, they never really matched up against each other. They both came from Flinders. So they played
Both.
most of their league careers together. So you never saw the matchup then. It's occasionally in Super League you see it, but I don't know. I just feel like it's just not something that happens very often.
Well, we're starting to get intrigued here, even though that both have semi-retired, some might say.
Yes. Still first round picks.
Still
So
first round picks, so that just States how great they are.
Yeah, or maybe there hasn't been a lot of talent coming through the SA Ultimate scene in the last 16 years.
Also, that probably too. Or maybe all the talent was picking rather than being first round pick.
Maybe, yes. Well, that is true. Sean Davis quite young, Wilson like quite young,
Young-ish.
youngish relative to Johnny and Greg.
Okay, that's true.
Just a bit of trivia, a brag trivia for you, John. So I started in 2007. I started with Johnny. I started with Sean Lace. I started with Ben Foley. I feel like there might have been a couple others. Guess.
Yes.
No, Dennis is like a gajillion years old. He started miles before me. But guess who won best first year player?
You did.
I did.
So, what does that say?
That everyone picking the best first year player at the time was a terrible judge of players.
Talent also develops over time, some
That's
better
true.
than others.
Yeah, I peaked very early.
Alright. Look, what I'm actually really surprised is, after we played our little like poach thing against East last week, don't want to go too much about it, that Western Titans have not chosen to apply the same thing.
No.
They've just kind of just been like, oh yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Oi.
Jin has travelled himself into the ground.
Well, he didn't drop the disc, and that's the most important part.
Yep.
Oh,
the game is
Marty's
also-
coming in. Ooh.
Joe had to sit there. Ooh, Wills.
A
Nice little throw. Need someone hitting the brake side. Keeps screaming at his captain to
Damn,
dump
that's
it, which
a great.
that's bold. You can tell he's far away.
I think Keith wants to see some more disc movement. I think that's what's saying there. Ben's looking for a way to get
This is who you want the disc in the hands of.
Joe.
See,
This
Joe,
literally can be
Sean.
anywhere. He can literally throw it any part of the end zone. There we go. Ooh. Oh.
Greg.
That
This
was
gives,
big.
yeah, this
That
gives
was big.
Titans a look at the halftime point.
See here. Just not see Sam coming.
Yeah. And we saw a similar throw from Connor before, like trying to do the backhand fake and then like throw the off balance inside flick. It's a really tough throw to throw.
It is. Do you know what? Actually, these conditions are suitable for Anna. Anna's actually really key for West Beach because she just runs.
She's
Doesn't
going to
matter.
run so much, yeah.
I've already seen her outrun quite a few people this game already. Oh,
And she's even if she doesn't get the disc, she's going to absolutely knacker whoever's on her.
pretty much. I feel really sorry actually.
I feel sorry for Jin.
Oh,
It's
here,
like-
look how free Anna is there.
I feel and she's absolutely
Oh.
torched Jin. Yeah. She loves
that's
it. Great job, Anna. You should celebrate that. He's caught the halftime goal. Great throw by Wilson.
That is true. Great throw by Wilson there.
But yeah,
Literally the most stat pad player
I feel
of
like-
Super League.
I feel like that Anna versus Jin matchup that might be a war crime on Jin. I feel like he might have some legal restitution to
You might
pursue.
sue Ben after this saying,
Yeah.
what would
the
you do?
hell?
What the hell did you put me through? No, it was just, oh, yeah, no. As I said, I do not envy being against Anna in these conditions.
Yeah, so that's half time. We'll watch some replays and we'll come back to you in the second half. emphatically won by the West Beach Titans.
Aggressively. All right.
Aggressively won. Yeah.
No, Johnny's on.
Maybe that one extra pair of legs that they've got just help them run out that point, that half a little bit better than the East Adelaide Force.
Or they just have Anna.
Oh, they just have Anna. Oh, gosh, she's a machine.
As I said.
Nice big pull from Tim. Great rundown from Connor. Puts pressure on the first pass. Oh, Alice, great
Alice with
courage
the
and
strength.
great hands.
Oh, Ben.
Greg and Ben are going to take the points on that, but Alice absolutely saved it.
Yeah, so can we just give Alice the points there?
Oh, yeah.
All three.
Do you know what she gets? Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I think we need to work on a new scoring system.
She gets a warm feeling of pride when she watches it back. But that was, yeah.
I mean, to
Great.
take on Tim as well. Like,
Yeah. Great job by Tim for great body control from Tim. Like,
to avoid.
made it a contest. I think made it a good contest and great body control to, slide out of her way as well.
Yes.
Like,
Well, I was
saw her
actually
coming.
more impressed that she managed to hang on to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like he definitely got a piece of the disc.
Yes. That would be very scary.
But yeah,
I would have pulled
would've
out.
been- I would have been terrified.
Uh,
Great frisbee all round, and then Greg just managed to throw a no mark
What-
to Powley, who also didn't have a mark.
with your wisdom, Sam,
Mm.
as the vice captain of my team, how would you see East Adelaide coming back into this game? What do they need to do to slow down, especially in defence? Because I feel like their offence is now starting to click. They're starting to move quite nicely. Defensively, what do they need to do?
I was talking about this with Sam before. I haven't liked zones in this league, and I haven't liked poachy match defense either. So I think just like you'll match up fine 1v1 against everyone on this Titans team. Like across the field, there's no one that's going to get blown out of the water. So I think they just need to play hard match and just force those turns. Like we've been saying it all league, where Titans have been lucky. We're lucky to get Connor and Hong as their two handlers, but I wouldn't call them like the absolute power handlers of the league.
That's true.
So they just need to put pressure on all these utility players who will love just throwing these no-mark throws like that. As Connor milks that disc to nowhere. He just milked it and lost a couple metres and let his mark catch up.
Oh, no.
Someone has just
Oh,
let Marty
Joe.
run.
Oh.
Marty's just too good. He's too good.
That was an unfortunate matchup there.
Yeah, who was Marty's player originally?
Let's have a look.
I feel like this is too late in the point. Marty's already in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
Might have been Greg. Marty doesn't lose a lot of jump balls.
That's true.
He's-
And he is struggling, but I think everyone's in the same boat.
This is just how Marty looks though. Like he'll get up in a few seconds and he'll like sprint out the next 10 points easily.
Yes. I always think, anytime I've played at Marty in any scratch match ever, I'm thinking, right, I got this. He just looks real, and then suddenly, bang. It's just a burst of speed, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, smart. He's played all over the ground as well. Like played handler for high level teams for some reason. So he knows like what handlers want. He knows what cutters want. Yeah.
His positioning is supreme.
Yeah. He went second round, and I think
Yeah.
he matched up pretty well against most second round picks. I think, what is it, 30 Diggers,
Yeah.
30 Diggers,
Sean
Marty,
Lace.
and Sean Lace. So, God, it's a solid second round of picks.
I mean, most of those you can consider a first round talent as well. It's
Yeah.
just it was a really deep draft,
Yeah,
to be fair. There were lots and lots of options.
I agree.
It's good to see, actually.
Does Tim turn this over? Is it
Oh,
gonna
no,
come
come back.
No, yes, no.
Oh. That was
Oh, it looked
unfortunate.
great from our terrible vantage point, though. A lot of hang time.
I thought that was going to come back in. It had the right curve. It just didn't quite have the height with the curve.
Yeah. Rule one of being a puller, though, hit the field. Right.
That's true.
Just,
See,
it's
I'm
not
not a
it's
puller
small.
myself,
It's not
so I
small.
don't know.
One day.
One day. When I get a little bit bigger, a bit stronger. Even then, will probably be someone
When you
else.
grow up.
When I grow up. I mean, where Tim was picked is value for his pulling alone, to be fair. He's done some absolute incredible pulls.
Big break throw to Greg.
Oh, yeah. As the simple Greg Ben to Greg, or Greg to Ben. Oh,
nice little poach
Connor.
from Connor.
That was very sick.
I don't know who he's poached off of.
That was smart from Joe.
Oh, nice touch from Nick.
Unfortunately.
Greatest
That was
10th
Tim
round pick in
Davis.
Super League history. Yeah, Tim Davis
That was Nick's D.
unceremoniously steals the D from him, but I think he had to. You have to kill that disc.
I mean, that's fair. Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't
You
mind
can.
seeing Tim just catch it and just play a bit of run and gun, actually.
Could have cut there.
So Connor's drawn the Greg matchup off the line because they started on
There we
defense.
go. Oh, look at that. Bang. Ayden's gone. Ayden's got...
Marty doesn't... the wind's picked up slightly. I don't know if Marty has that kind of 65-meter standstill flick. Tim does, though.
He's hit the corner. Connor's got...
I feel like Anna just needs
Oh,
to
I think it
burn
might be
there.
way too much. Yeah. Is that in?
Yeah.
Oh, that was in.
definitely
Beautiful.
Marty, absolute MVP of this game for me so far.
He's just been everywhere. He's run deep.
I look, see, he looks the same again.
He
like,
looks really tired
hands on
after
knees,
just absolute
like,
bursting.
I feel like he's like huffing in a swimming pool's worth of air every breath, and then he just runs in like own Sean Lace. So I feel like he's putting it on, to be honest.
Well, it fools a lot of people.
Yeah,
I can tell you that.
Get over yourself, Marty. Like, you're not even tired.
All right.
That's another
East
break
Adelaide
for the
Force.
time.
That's danger. We've now hit the danger moment.
It's becoming a bit of a blowout.
Jeez. I've actually been really impressed with West Beach. Is their consistency with their long throws this game. Like,
they pick their shots, and that's just a function of them throwing a lot of throws and just waiting for that opportunity.
they've gone, we're going to burn them, we're going to make them tired, we're going to exhaust them, and then as soon as that one person gets free dip, we're just going to hit it, and they've just done it nearly every time. It's been really, really impressive display of throwing, actually.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I'm talking directly to Seng right now, as
Yeah.
the stats man. I want to see like baseball style stats where I
wanna
want to
see
know.
Moneyball.
I want to know. Yeah, exactly. I want to be able to moneyball this. I want to know how many short throws are completed before like a 40+ meter throw gets thrown. I feel like for West Beach, it's probably maybe like 6 to 10, whereas with the Force, it's probably like 2 to 3 before the big throw comes up.
Yes. Or anytime Greg just runs deep. They see a matchup they
what
like.
a stat that would be. Seng, get on it.
Saying, I want to.
I
Well,
know you're listening, Seng. Do it.
at some point, somewhere. Well, actually, in the AUDL, they measure distance for throws, and I think that would be a lot more. I want to know how they do that.
Was that almost a drop by Sean? You just like, was that in the air and then he just like kind of pushed it into the ground?
Or
I have to
look
see
at
that
this.
in super slow mo.
Wilson's locked up Ben here. Oh,
Yeah, I like that call. I feel like Wilson's been tired. He's probably got a lot of legs left. He can probably
it was being a
really
bit
play
sore.
tight on. Has he, Wilson?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go.
Alice got the early read.
Alice. Oh,
Well done. Yeah, Bish just couldn't find it. I don't know. Just maybe no left or right calls from his team to help him out, but
that would have
Yeah.
been really hard, to be fair. Alice
Yeah,
bodied
it's
him
over
out
his
pretty
head.
hard.
Alice definitely saw it really early and she knew exactly where to go. He's got the body in the way. Yeah.
As an experienced player against a less experienced player,
Yep.
that's what that is. The amount of times I've been bodied out this league, definitely learnt a lot.
Do you feel like outbreaks helping you with that? Playing Div 1 this year, aren't you?
Yeah, especially on defense, trying to, I guess, work out exactly what positions I can get into well, because I'm a kind of small compared to most other.
Smaller but hopefully faster.
Yes,
than
yeah.
most people.
Exactly. So I can move into more positions. The problem is, if someone's bigger than me, and they box me out, I'm done. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just going to bounce off them.
You just need to know how to find the positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's certainly something I'm trying to learn and develop a bit more. But
Yeah,
you
well,
can't really do it by playing in games, because that's the only time it really happens.
Yeah, I guess there's a couple of drills that you can do, but it's just never as good. Like,
No.
you need that perfect throw, and then like you have your throw and it's a crappy throw, and you're like, oh, well, now I have to wait for 10 other people to do their little run before I get another go at this.
Exactly.
That's just a hold from the force.
They are. All right, here we go. I actually think Force can get this point. If they get this point, I reckon
on.
West Beach should call the timeout.
So what you're saying is if West Beach get this point, game over. Right? There's no hope for the force.
I'm basically saying
100%
yes.
saying that.
I'm just saying, I wonder what time is. The time is 7:42. So what, we got 15 minutes left?
Yeah, it looks like our timer
And
now.
it's getting cooler, so you have to take that into consideration.
I think some people are going to find a few extra legs, eh?
I reckon there'll be that extra effort. I also think, and I don't know who mentioned this in the earlier thing, but you've got to remember that. Oh, that was a bit of a foul then.
Yeah, that's the professional foul.
I think you've got to remember that I think Titans have more outbreak players, and they've probably been training a little bit more. And I think that also plays into a part of it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, that is...
Oh, he's just towed it out. He's milked the disc out. I'm pretty sure I can see that was out from here.
Oh, if Connor...
Everyone on the sideline, including his own team, is saying it's
out. Oh, Connor. Johnny looking slightly distressed by that.
Yeah, there's... Gareth on our team is a big fan of milking the disc to absolutely nowhere, and I feel like Connor's just fallen into the same little boat.
Alright, here we go. Alright, they've gone. They're not finding.
Them were
Ben's
the
just...
least convincing fake I've ever seen.
Alright. You need Sip.
Wilson is wearing Ben.
Oh.
Anna just throw her hands up. Oh, she just didn't.
Here we
find
go.
it.
See, I've called it. Now it's game on. Game on. It's happening. Force come back.
I feel like that's a little bit of a misstep from. This is not a great throw from Greg.
Do you know
I feel
what?
like if you watch Anna here, she gets to someone to, and then she takes her eye off the disc and she doesn't know when it's coming in. And
I reckon
maybe
if she
she's-
stopped and then tried to jump, I reckon she would have got
Yeah.
it. They're really hard though. I always don't like tailing the disc quite like that. Because if you don't quite jump right,
it came
look
right
really
over. It came right over her head. She did the whole no look flail to try and
throw off
make something happen, but
the unspirit. Is that actually an unspirited thing?
I don't think so.
To just kind of jump.
Like, if you're like going, like just screaming at the person, going, rah, rah, miss it, like yeah.
But you kind of jump and stick your hands up.
Oh
Hey.
no, I like it. I think you have to. Yeah. If you can't find it, you just try and give it a big arm wave, and as long as you obviously don't hit the person.
Yeah.
Then,
I was wondering.
Yeah, I think you have to. I like that, and I'm also a big fan of the fake jump, like where you try and jump so the person like you try and bait the person who's jumping early. That's a classic.
Ah, yes. Who hasn't been there? Everyone's fallen for that at some point.
yes.
All right.
Yeah, like you said, game on.
I
Big
reckon
break
game
from
on.
the
That was
force.
pretty big. Because they're moral as well. So now they believe. Now they probably have a bit more belief. They're like, we're running really hard. We're playing really well.
Yeah, I think a great point on the temperature drop as well. I think it's probably got about 8 degrees since we started.
Yes.
Like,
It's
there's a
slight
couple
wind.
of
All the
long
wind.
shadows on the field. Much nicer conditions to play in now.
Yes. I'm actually wondering if the wind will pick up. Like, especially the last few points, I wonder if the wind might come. Because there is meant to be a cold weather change.
Yes.
Oh.
Nice big outside ball, uncatchable again. Again,
That's-
a slow jog.
That was everyone's off season during the COVID season, playing disc golf, learning to pull.
Disc golf's so good. So glad that came to Adelaide.
Certainly building quite a reputation.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
actually, I've got a question for you, even though it's slightly off topic.
no, I love off-topic questions.
Is disc golf cheaper than actual golf?
Yes, it definitely is because most courses are free. Like the equipment, But my equipment probably is embarrassingly worth probably about $1,000, which I'm sure you can get like a serviceable set of clubs for. But just green fees of golf, especially if you want to play a really nice golf course, is just...
That's true.
Yeah. If you want to become a member of a club, like you can go and play like the par 3 in North Adelaide and stuff and have a good time. But
If you want to actually be good.
yeah, if you wanted to get the most out of the sport, you kind of need to go and play those prestigious courses that cost $1 billion and you can't get in unless you're driving a Mercedes.
Yeah. My dad used to be a very keen golfer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Great grab from Wilson.
That's a captain that wants to win.
Yeah.
That is a highlight right there.
Gratuitous.
Arguably, probably the best catch of the tournament, not going to lie.
What? No, Stevens' catch over Maddox.
Oh, yeah.
Surely it's someone from our team, John. Come on.
I mean, we've got some pretty good highlights, to be fair.
Sean Davis's D on Tim.
Oh, no. That is the
I'm
highlight
sure
of the
Tim's
tournament.
never
That isn't...
forgetting that.
That's the highlight of the tournament. That was it. It doesn't get better than that,
I think
honestly.
that's the only play that's been gifted for the tournament.
It's just Timmy and Sean going, nope.
Yeah. Okay, even though that was just an offensive hold by the Titans, I feel like the finish, that gives you that same sort of morale boost that a break would.
100%. Mostly because it was a clean point. There was no turnovers.
Yep.
They didn't look like they were struggling too much. They were moving the disc well. And so I can't, like that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Like if there was one turn in that, then maybe I'll be like, oh, well, you know, it gives East Adelaide Force hope. But that would have been real dent, actually.
Yeah.
The East Adelaide Force right there.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, like every time somebody does a big layout in your team, you always get pumped up like that vicarious adrenaline rush.
It's alright. Wilson's off now, so they have a chance.
That's a big call. You can, yeah, I like it though. Like, you're up by 2. Like, you get your best players to just play your offense points. That's a great call by 2.
Oh my gosh.
That's the pull of the game, I'd say. Lots of hang time, nice and deep.
No, it's Tim. I admit, Tim's pulls are arguably the best in Adelaide.
I would say so. He's got a really big arm. Oh gosh. Shire has. Dennis is fast, but Sean's faster.
Sean wants it.
Yeah.
After me and Sean are on the same line at Outright, and I've never. Oh, sorry, I'm still plugged in. I've never met someone who wants to win more than Sean.
Yeah, he's very competitive.
And
Shiner
he
did
trains
well.
as well.
Oh, God, great layout by Shiner. Like,
Effort.
he's 40, but
He wanted it.
he's playing like he's Tim's age. That's what I wanted to see from Tim on the sideline earlier in the game. But
Jeez, that was
huge
effort.
If that's anyone else, Shiner's getting the D, and that's a turn.
No, but this pace, that was actually really quick.
Yeah.
A throw had to be spot on.
I feel it was a bad throw.
I mean,
Sean made it look good.
that's what all fast players do. They always
That's
make every
true.
single throw look good.
Yeah, Diggers makes a lot of my throws look much better than they are. So do
Diggers
you,
makes
actually.
Diggers
You
makes
and Diggers.
everyone's throws look better.
Yeah.
If I want to throw it wide and I know someone's going to catch it and just be there, it's Diggers.
Yeah. All right, another hold by the Force.
That would also be a boost for them.
Yep, for sure.
Again.
Nice pull, a little bit more bladey than Tim's, but
Love. All right, here we go. They're going with the where they forcing. They're forcing the
Murray has
backhand
been-
again.
Murray has been really quiet this game.
Who?
Murray?
Murray.
Yeah.
Sure, he
I-
hasn't had his moment yet.
He had a couple of huge points against us.
Well, he's always had that one moment in a game that's just either changed it or made it really difficult, or just looked brilliant.
Yeah. Nice throw from Connor. Yep, hit chords are all going to stop.
Oh, here we go. It's pretty big.
Yep, so we're going to finish this point and play to whatever it is, +1.
Is it +1 after this one? Or?
Yep. last one after this point. I think Connor's had a really good game today. I think he's thrown a couple of like big impactful throws, but he's just been that steadying, like calming influence behind the disc where he's gotten free really easily, made the dumps easy for everyone else, and then done good things with it. Like that's a nice little around throw.
Which is completely unlike Connor. No offense, Connor.
Yeah. No, he's having a good game, and like this is the way he needs to evolve as a player. Oh God.
He went straight for the push.
Yeah,
Ben's
this is
losing
a
his
bit
cool
niggly.
slightly.
I think he's been playing too long in the East Coast. Gives him a nice slap to get it in as well.
Wait, Connor's played every point.
Who is on
Oh,
Marty?
Ben's played every point. He's tied. Oh, here we go.
Ben just gets beaten to the open side. This is Murray.
Oh!
Oh, oh my.
Oh, that's a D for Nick.
That is...
Oh.
I feel like this is one of the
See,
rare...
Murray had his moment there.
Murray, yeah. Yeah,
He actually got really high.
he did okay. I feel like that is a situation where everybody lost and somehow the Force get the disc. Nobody deserves anything good from that. I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe just re-pull the point or something.
Just replay it. No,
Yeah, it's just,
Alright,
that was yuck from
here
everyone.
we go. Ben's going to run deep. Oh, wow.
He stepped away.
Ooh.
Oh, he just...
See, if Ben was a faster player, we would have thought that. I'm hoping he hears this in replay.
I feel like he just wanted to jump off of his left foot, but he needed to jump off his right foot. He just wanted to take that extra step too far to get that, like, the preferred jump, but I think he just needed to go a little bit earlier.
Oh, timeout. Man, I hate this timeout rule after time cap's called. I'm not going to lie.
You don't like that they're allowed to do it?
Nah. It really annoys me.
Is it because it slows down the start of our game?
Well, not only that,
Yeah.
it slows down the end of this game, and it just drags it on.
This game could theoretically go for another 30 minutes.
Exactly. You see the problem.
Our last point of our game last week went for 18 minutes with a midpoint timeout that I called.
And that was that including, or did you skip the timeout?
No, including.
Yeah, but even that, like, no offense,
Nick
it just drags it on. Here we go. Oh,
Nick's just
he's
jellied
trying to
his
clap
legs.
catch it. And I think that was the problem.
I
If
think
he tried to grab it rather than clap catch, I reckon he would have got it.
Nick's legs went to absolute jelly in the middle of that for some reason. I don't know. He just lost his feet.
So what do you reckon they're saying?
I'm sure Titans just want to walk this disc up the field. Like, I feel like the defensive pressure that the Force have put on doesn't make you have to sprint around. Like, they're quite happy throwing 20 passes a point and just like retaining it in their backfield. So I think that's what they're going to have to do. I think if they turn it over here, they're going to do it to themselves. And Force, I don't know. I kind of like that look, the Huck to Ben, but
Huck to Ben or Greg. I think that's the way they're going to. But that's like a ticking time bomb. Like, if you're a Titans, you're really smart. You're being really aware of where, as long as you keep track of where Ben and Greg are on the field, you know it's a ticking time bomb.
yeah.
You know they'll eventually just cut deep, and you just have to do something.
I feel like poor Greg as well. Like, he's obviously a great player, getting a bit long in the tooth, and I feel like he's featured heavily in every other team's defensive strategies. So I feel like when you're calling a line and Greg is an offensive player on the other side, you single him out, and it's like, okay, your best defender's taking Greg, plus a couple of other people are kind of keeping an eye out for him, like maybe the far player on a defensive host stack set is poaching up a little bit deeper just to kind of watch him.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I reckon. Look at this. So Greg's on Wilson. I think. Oh wait. No, he's going to Johnny. All right, that's fair.
Yeah. And Johnny's also been a bit quiet this game.
He has, but I think that's mostly because he's had Greg on him. Normally he has someone who's not as tall.
And that's the thing, like, so you see now Greg's got Johnny and Wilson's got Paole, which means Marty has, well, he's got Sean Lace at the moment, but I feel like he's had the kind of like third or fourth deep defender a lot and been able to run amok a bit.
Alright, Fishman's a bit free there.
Yeah, they've taken advantage of the poach, like, to stop the host stack set. So it looks like there's a sag off the handlers, which is okay, but I feel like they're not going to be too worried about
this
that.
late in the game, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to really stop, like, make it really hard and don't let them have rounders, and just let them have their rounds.
Yeah, like they've thrown 6 or 7 passes, but they've still gained a couple of meters, and
Like-
the stall's been reset a bunch.
I just feel like there's no pressure on the handler to really
Yeah.
be like. I understand what they're trying to do, but they need to just really stop those unders.
Nobody
for
needs
it
to
to work.
nobody needs to make a play on the Titans at the moment. Great little break from Connor.
That's great. Gee, Connor's had a lot of those.
He's
Just
had a
hits
good
so
game.
well.
He's had a really good game. Like, Hong's been a bit quiet, so I think Connor's just been the main guy. He's done a good job.
That's really good. That's a big.
Yeah, nice big.
Oh no.
Wilson just nose up and just overthrows it.
That was actually really big. There.
Yeah, and like I said, it's their own
doing.
mistakes. They didn't.
Oh, Sean
Alice
thought
is
about
gone. Yeah, tough throw, like stand still, forehand up the field.
it. Oh.
Nice little handler jink from Jin. He needs to look for a player though. Yeah, well done. You lose a couple of meters to get to Sean.
Joe's on. I was going to say. Oh.
Great angle from Greg.
Oh. Here we go. So first to 12.
Yep. Love to see it. Was that a hold? It was a hold, wasn't it? That point?
Yes.
Ball started on offense?
That was such a long point. I forgot. That was, see,
Offense,
see what I mean? What about timeouts?
Yeah, we've gone through over 80 minutes and it's only 10-11. Like that is not a fast scoring game.
No.
I feel like you have to favour the Titans at this stage. They're going to get 2 looks at the offensive point.
Yes.
They've been the calmer team. They've been able to generate turns. But, yeah, the Titans are just an X-factor team.
Sean here? Oh, Sean is here. We'll talk more about Sean later.
Sean Davis.
Yes. Newlywed.
Oh no! Oh, he's gotten so much fatter. Like
Already?
Jeez, see that spare tire around his waist. Like, what has marriage done to him?
Oh, look. He's right there.
There he is. Oh my God.
He looks like he's lost a step already.
Yeah, I think so. Just working on that dad bod.
All right.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to take a massive play here from the Force, and when I say massive, I mean like a layout type D.
Yeah, I agree. But they're definitely the X Factor team in the comp, though.
I reckon Ben called his line here.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd probably want Murray on. As
True, he's an
that-
X Factor player.
That defensive pest, just like. I wouldn't say he earned the D, but he definitely contributed to it in that last point.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Ben, recognising that his team is not sprinting anywhere at the moment, puts it right out of bounds on the sideline so they can walk up to it and set their.
That's great strat.
I think that is, playing to your team's energy levels.
He's made Sam go for quite the hike.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you reckon this point will go longer than the last one? Like our last point?
God, I hope not.
Because
That's-
Black
that
still
was-
have one more time out. You have to remember this. Black actually still have one more time
Oh,
out.
God. No. God, that was boring to play. I feel like Sam's going up way too far for this. I feel like it was on the other side of the blue cone, but whatever. Oh, Alice put on a lot of pressure then.
See, I reckon Vish would have thrown that.
Just
in
need to
line.
leave her feet. Oh, he's picked it up. That was a sketchy throw,
Money.
right, Tim? Oh, this is it. This is the goal. Oh, Wilson. Big layout. Oh, there's a controversial call. Everyone in blue, or Everyone on the Titans is calling it in. Everyone on the Force is calling it out. Okay, we're going to get a replay right now. God, this is going to be a squint. We need tennis-style line hotspot. That's out. Yeah.
It's like this cone's much closer. Like this one, the perception of it is so
Johnny, with his unbiased opinion.
Is, ask for the video replay.
This is, yeah. I hope they don't send this back. This is, we're going to see it again here, but
that looks out.
Yeah.
All
This looks.
all of Hong.
This looks out to me.
Look, if he.
I don't know, these fields must be incredibly askew if this is going to be in. Oh, it's going back.
Sending it back. See, if someone asked for the video replay, you know, we're unbiased. Actually, we're the best to judge this because we're actually completely unbiased.
I want both teams to lose, so. But it's going to go back. I feel like after a discussion like that, that's probably the call.
It was unfortunate, actually. If Wilson landed any other his part instead of he landed on his own, he would have been fine.
But when you do that full stretch layout, you don't have a choice. Like that's just the way it goes.
That was a great grab, though.
Yeah. Oh, great, man. He reels them in frequently.
All right.
I don't know how he gets them. Like, I guess maybe when everyone else gets those sort of throws, they don't even look close to it, and that's why we feel like he gets more of them.
Taught me a trick when it came to laying out for disc and catching him. So what you do is when you lay out, you then twist your wrist. It's harder to move it. And it's the first time I've ever heard such a thing, and I feel like I've laid out a couple times. Oh, there we go. That's him.
That's the game.
This doesn't lie.
Wilson catches the goal. Well, this doesn't lie, but we thought it was out. So no, call.
Oh.
Pick call. Wilson, I guess, was very free.
Well, I was about to get up and get ready.
Let's have a look here.
Oh, yeah, that is a pick.
I don't know if he's within 3 meters.
We can go with
maybe.
this way, but that is...
He definitely was not this close, I would say.
Here we go. All right. Connor.
Contact to Sam. There's been a few calls now. Titans have to keep their cool. Joe is putting on a tough mark. Oh, there's a call now. I don't know if I like it, though.
What was cool?
It's a dangerous play, but... Oh, no. No. I feel like Will was way past him.
So this point is so far.
This is...
been a very long point.
Yeah, it's getting to the stage where... Yeah... Like, look where Will is here. Yeah. Will caught his, little bit of his ankles, but...
It's both jobs.
Okay, Connor's retracted. Yeah, right. Correct call. I don't mind players calling something and then having the discussion and then the right outcome play. That's fine. It's been put up. Alice is.
Oh, here we go, Universe.
Oh, Vicious called her out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna have a look at this again.
Oh, that's really hard to tell.
Oh, that is really hard to tell. It looks kind of into me though.
See, I think Joe can throw that again. The video doesn't help.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We can't tell. Wilson's was much closer to a cone than Alice's was. She's caught it right in the middle of the end zone. Yeah, I feel like, in fairness, this needs to go back.
And comes back.
Yeah.
I believe this one needs to be contested and come back. You know, it's really hard to tell. Oh dear. What a game. I was about to say, we're going to Universe Point in basically a final. But,
we're getting the Oscar-worthy reenactments of the point now. Here we go. Alice is going to show how her body position was. Vish is going to show how her body position was, but slightly out.
Yep.
Like, I've read
Hey,
this
you know what?
script
This
before,
actually
John.
helps all the players who are currently playing because they've got to breathe.
Oh yeah, this is basically a
And
midpoint
they've
timeout.
got the shadow coming over. It's cooling down. Means
Yeah.
players.
Contested.
Oh, send back.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
That does not surprise me one bit.
At this type of game, everything's going to be contested and it's super obvious.
Yeah. Once again, like
So-
everyone in Titans clothing is calling it out. Everyone in the Force outfit is calling it in. It's
All right. Let's try again, shall we?
gorgeous. Yep. Half field for the Force to work it in to just play another point.
This is intense.
Yeah, this feels a lot like our game last week. God,
Except-
I'm so glad I
Do you
didn't
know
go to
what?
Universe.
Do you know what was really sad about that?
What's that?
The only thing is, there was not actually. It was just turns. There was no calls.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like we.
Oh, here we go. The captain.
Oh.
Oh. He loves it. I'm sure Wilson's going to hear about that later as well. That's good though. I like the nice clean grab to.
11-11.
What was the turn to? Oh, the wheel D. Yeah. Wow. Titans definitely earned the point. I feel like
I said
they
it was a
earned it
playthrough.
clean as well.
Yes. As I said, it was going to take an amazing play. For Force, it was going to take something amazing for Force, and that run through from Will, just reading this
Yeah.
really well.
Such a veteran move. And I thought he did it. I thought he did it pretty well as well. Like, didn't draw contact. I think Connor could have been more aggressive towards the disc. Like doing
Yeah,
the
it's true.
classic. He's running directly across the field and letting that disc fade into him. That's what's giving it the chance to get
And I
the
think
D.
that was the biggest mistake.
Milking the disc to nowhere, as we've been saying. I feel like that's his only blemish on this game as well. It might be.
Might be
really
costly, which is actually really unfortunate.
But this might be the first universe point of the whole league.
It is, and what a time to have it.
Oh my god.
Both
This
teams
is so exciting.
wanting to play against us in the final.
How disappointing for them to have to like play this tough game and then lose the next week.
Oh, I know, right?
That's brutal. I feel sorry for whoever wins.
Exactly. It's going to be rough. But you know what? They can enjoy knowing they worked really hard. for
Yeah,
those second place.
exactly.
Now saying that we probably jinxed our team.
No, yes.
All right, here we go. This is it. Sam is gone. Sam is not gone.
Chin versus Tim. Oh, Sam could put this into the end zone right now. Oh my gosh. This is a bit of a fast count by Murray. Yeah. Real fast count from Murray. I like to say stalling before each one.
Yeah,
I know
I
you
know.
don't have to, but I feel like it's a
I
good
do
pacer.
do.
It's a good pacer for your
Someone
stall
called me
count.
fast count when I was saying stalling once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was pretty shocked. I sat there and went, huh? I'm more like, my heart's beating actually really fast right now. I'm nervous for them.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't really know who I want to play
Coming in
either.
6. No. Well, I said this. I said I wouldn't mind playing black more, as I feel like that would give us more opportunities.
Oh, Joe needs to leave his feet.
Joe left his feet. Joe learned to lay out.
He's done it before. I've seen him do it. I've seen him get the layout Ds as well. Maybe just was surprised that it came off.
He's going to keep running.
Murray, force! Murray, hold the force! Murray, hold the force! No round, no round, no round, no round!
Oh,
Well,
that
they-
is a
Great work
round.
getting rid of that.
Oh. Connor.
Sam has dominated Murray this point, I feel like.
It's not.
Oh, Connor,
Oh.
where's the swing cut?
Oh, oh, the smart cut
That's
from
it.
Ayden Reed.
Game over.
I am.
Oh, there's
now
calls.
relieved.
Hold on,
Oh,
John.
there's
Sit
call-
down.
there's call.
Sit down. I don't know what this call is, but something rubbish, no doubt.
I think Murray.
Oh, pick called?
I think Murray felt like he could have a play and believe it. Oh, okay.
No. someone's talked
Right,
someone
that's
down.
done.
That's it.
That's it.
West Beach Titans beat
Release.
East Adelaide Force on Universe Point, the first Universe Point of the league. Oh God, that was amazing.
Game is over. There is definitely no chance.
Unfortunately, I have not plugged Ulti TV, which you like for more like incredibly exciting games like that. Subscribe to the Ulti TV YouTube page. Back them on Patreon. Like, send Rex around the country, filming a bunch of high-level teams in your state. Maybe you can have your own Super League, and Rex will fly out every week to film each game.
Only if enough people pay, though.
Thanks for super subbing for saying, John.
No problem.
It was a pleasure.
It is. Now we probably should go and get ready for our
Yeah.
game.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
Have a good night.
What's the next game?